AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Get out of here, Flea. Yeah. Come on, man. I'll read the comments. They say, yo, what y'all talking about, man? NBA young boy, I want to hear all that. All right, cool, man. You know that guy in the middle.
Ball suckers.
He played your hee earlier, too. I mean, yesterday.
Nah, I watched it. He showed mad love. You tried to hate. I watched it. I knew you was going to try to do that, which is why I made sure I sat and watched. And you know what? My brother said, we ain't going to do it if we can't do it right. That's what you said, right, OG? I think I quoted you. But he was going to try to spin me just now because he thought I didn't see it. The fucking biggest, y'all. My brothers. And my
audition broke
up.
All I said was you could pay an ode to him. When someone's not there, you pay homage. That's what I That's all I said. They tried to spin it.
I love you, OG. You held it down. If my man ain't here, we can't do it right. You heard the God.
That's not what he said offline, though.
I don't care what he said offline. I wasn't there. I know what I saw.
Okay. That's fine.
So it matters. You see? Put him in the interrogation room. See what happens, OG. See what happens. Y'all go hit the bank and see what happens when y'all split up and they grab him first. You see? You got it.
He said, who? Tucson?
Yeah. Him?
Yeah.
Well, he live up the block around the corner? Matter of fact.
Only way I'm talking. Cheese biscuits from Red Lobster, baby. That tall glass of ice, cold water with lemon. I'm spilling the beans.
You're spilling the beans, right?
He said 48 hours.
48 seconds, nigga.
48 seconds. Nigga said them biscuits and that water, I'm good. Let me know. What happened?
Big ice, cold water, lemon?
What y'all need to know? His mama's address? What y'all need to know?
Oh my God.
His address. I'm telling you where the grave site is at I'm telling you.
Where they took it.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
well,
man.
We back in the mix.
He might be in the DR. Go check there. Go check. That's what happens when the biscuits and the water comes out. Go to the DR. Check there.
And your man takes a sip.
You see? You see? You see?
Go to the DR. We ain't got nothing to do with those things.
Before you get started, all I'm gonna say is this. Do y'all see these celebrities, quote unquote entertainers in the podcast world, now just going berserk and saying and doing anything for content?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
it's bad.
Top of New York, yeah.
Top of New York. What up, boy?
I don't know, ain't nothing going on over there. Pablo Torre. You think you slick, man? Talking about our Knicks. We gonna get you, man. Speaking of Knicks, you know what that means.
Knicks Rehab.
My son Pablo was real chummy. Knicks Rehab, y'all. He was real chummy with Mark Cuban. That's at the beginning of that. They sat him down, got him comfortable, fixed his mic, asked him if he wanted a massage, something to drink, something to eat. Treated Mark Cuban like he was royalty in that motherfucker.
Because he is. He's a billionaire in the house. What are you talking about? Get that man what he needs.
Treating like he was on the first 48. You want some Red Lobster?
He said let OG rant on AllBall on Pablo. Oh, will do. I gotta look that up. Definitely look that up, ladies and gentlemen. We back, baby. We back.
7 days. Oh my God.
I was trying to do 7 times 24. Is that 168 maybe?
Okay. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
So I carried
What's the
it
math?
forward.
Why was you doing that math? What was that necessary for?
Well, AllBall said there's 7 days left, and there are 24 hours in each day. So I multiplied 24 times 7.
To get what?
160 whatever hours till.
Oh, he's trying to get the hours. He just had to clear that up for me. I just wanted to know what.
No, I'm
what
just
he was trying to accomplish. That's all. He tried to make me sound like I was like, you know what I mean? But it's all good. You saw what happened. You see, I'm not Flip, Mark. I'm not. Don't play with me if you want to.
Well,
Sucker.
Just say this. I love that interaction because
I do too.
Flip got a taste of his own medicine.
Yeah.
Leave it at that. I don't care. I don't care who won the. I don't care about none of that. But I'm glad that somebody matched that energy. That's all I'm
watched
saying.
The whole thing. You know me. I had to go watch the whole shit. So I watched 3 hours of it. I wanted to see like if it was like brewing, if it was like, I mean, there's more to that than that just that little exchange. But like I said, be cool, sucker.
Oh, yo, Flea, man.
What's up?
Spray it, don't say it. Oh, yeah. My bad. God bless. R.I.P. D'Angelo, man. I saw when I was headed home.
Rest in peace.
Wow.
Oh, you ain't hear that, OG?
Nah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
That's
arguably
songs, man.
One of the GOATs, man.
Yeah, for sure. No question.
R.I.P. D'Angelo, man.
R.I.P. D'Angelo, man.
Would you say before we get going, the leader of the I say even Pioneers tough, but just the initial face of like neo soul, that 90s movement of just
I mean, I'm not I'm not, and real quickly, I'm the neo soul. I'm not gonna even put him in the category. I just think he's one of the greatest musicians and one of the best R&B guys to ever do it. You know, it's very rare you get guys that have a run like that, but a classic 1 or 2 albums. Like I told you, for me, for guys to be in GOAT conversation, you have to have at least one classic album. That's why for me, guys like Jadakiss, who I think is legendary, he can't be in my top 5. He doesn't have a classic album. D'Angelo, one of the GOATs, man. Damn, that's a tough loss. R.I.P. D'Angelo. But I wouldn't put him in that neo. I'll put him in R&B because I think he can hold his own, man. He got hits.
Yeah, D'Angelo was one of the greatest, in my opinion. It sucks.
And he played all instruments, Fleet.
Yep.
Bananas.
It sucks.
Bass, guitar, piano. Yeah, sorry.
Angie just left us too not too long ago.
Angie Stone, rest in peace as well. Yes.
I know they got a child together, so I'm sure that's tough.
But how did he pass away from what?
Pancreatic cancer.
Oh, it was pancreatic?
Pancreatic cancer.
Oh man. So God bless his family.
I'm gonna say this before we get to the show. Rest in peace. Everybody, man, that lost a loved one. But for these last couple years, man, cancer, diabetes, it's rampant, man. And gotta try to take better care of ourselves, man. Motherfuckers is gaining weight, not eating right, and listen, man. So wow. Rest in peace, D'Angelo, man. One of the GOATs.
Word.
Try to make this transition as smooth as possible because that's sad news. It hit me. It just was shocking at the end of the day. But while we're here, we always try to be grateful. I can't yell it like I did. Not after that news. We keep our eyes on the prize, baby. Bubba. Prize Picks. This episode is brought to you by them. Prize Picks. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Also, there's a special max discount promotion live on the board right now for the Golden State Warriors versus the Los Angeles Lakers game on October 21st. Steph Curry is discounted to only needing more than half a point to win. Mix and match players from football, basketball, and baseball to build your dream lineup today. Prize Picks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. If you get your picks right, you could cash in. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Ooh, we just shaking ass for Prize Picks, boy. Shaking ass.
I haven't twerked yet.
You was twerking. That nigga OG be looking so embarrassed. Like, I'm tired of dealing with these two niggas. He started it, OG. That nigga
said, YouTube, listen, I'm ready to start twerking, man. Let's get these numbers up there. Listen, I'm ready to quit my job. You need me to twerk?
Shaking ass. Shaking ass. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Hold on, man. Listen. Ain't nobody Mr. Beautiful, the lovely, the extravagant, the sexy. Tori B, when she pop up on the screen. I see our lady in the building. Tori B, what up, baby?
La Tori B, what up, baby? Top of the week to you, girl.
2 seconds off that, bro. What's going on?
I'll talk to you later. He's high. He's high.
For 3 of us on the Discovery Channel. What is you talking about?
Discovery ID, OG? Is that
the
2 seconds off that Latoria, man?
I'm sorry.
The views and comments discussed by AllBall tonight do not represent all of us.
She know it. The biggest.
Hey, Tori B, and you let him get away with saying all that. You don't come in the comments and correct them or nothing.
He jumped up.
Yeah, I'm hurt.
Hold on. Fucking biggest.
Hold on, your man. Your man over here. Is that working? Is that working? What are you doing off screen right now? He said the biggest. Get out of here, bro. Apply pressure. What's going on, man? Stop playing. Speaking of applying pressure or perceived pressure, let's get into these Knicks preseason. Corolla success got mixed feelings ever since they came back from Abu Dhabi. Huh? Getting that money. I don't know. We got a super tight Tyler Kolek game yesterday. We'll get into that in a second. Let's put up Mike Brown on the board, man. See what the hell he's talking about. Speaking of twerking, let's see his some guys on the screen will start twerking for Mike.
You know, our starters did not bring the energy. You know, this is probably a worse basketball game overall, and we did it in spurts. We weren't very good to start the game. We weren't very good to start the third quarter. I thought that the guys coming off the bench, they did a great job. You know, Tyler gave us great minutes. I thought Garrison, Trey, even Kevin, Alex, Mo. I mean, I can go down. Tosan was really good for us out on the floor, and they didn't really do anything tricky. You know, they were just in the right spot defensively. They tried to play the way that we've been playing throughout the preseason, every day in practice, and it, you know, showed at times to be very good basketball. Offensively, again, we didn't do anything different when that second group came in. The guys just spaced the floor. They tried to play with pace. It wasn't there all the time, but they tried to do it. They tried to touch the paint, space the floor the right way, and get off it at the right times. A couple of times we over-dribbled here and there, but you know, we have to do better collectively we needed to do better collectively as a unit when it came to doing the little things, starting with boxing out. We weren't great at it. Defensively, we weren't great in our shifts, and we've been pretty darn good in those two areas so far, but we weren't great in our shifts. And that's why guys are rolling down paint, and catching the ball and getting nods and dunking it and all that other stuff. Great film to learn from, because we made a lot of mistakes that have been uncharacteristic of who we are so far. Even in practice, we've played a lot better than this in terms of understanding what we're trying to do offensively and defensively. But great learning experience. We'll all grow from it and hopefully take a step forward instead of just thinking we took a step backwards because we didn't play well tonight.
Well, there you have it.
Ray, nostalgic Nick, y'all still got y'all drawers on? How y'all feeling right now? He be walking y'all out of y'all shit. How y'all
I'm almost dozed off. Everything all right?
Almost fell asleep.
I can't lie, man. The thrill is gone, man.
Nostalgic
Nick, I'm with you.
Nostalgic Nick.
Ninja.
You know you my guy.
He said, Ninja, what is shut up?
He said, Ninja, shut up.
Where the plays at? Yeah. Hey, they play. Oh, boy. Listen, I'm full throttle right now. Enough is enough. I know we're getting antsy. 7 more days. Get to it though. Tyler Kolek had an amazing preseason game. It's been a while since we've seen him look this comfortable. I'll see if we get chopped the hell off from YouTube. But I think we should be fine because they're mixing and matching his highlights here. But how did you feel about, I guess, Mike Brown, his press conference, and also the good and bad of the preseason so far?
Nothing. I mean, you know, I guarantee you what he really wants to say is, I don't give a you know what. It's preseason. That whole soliloquy, yo, bro, you're doing too much. I keep telling y'all, you can't put stock in the preseason. I'm just not doing it. I never will do it. You know, Kolek had a great preseason last year. If I'm not mistaken, Summer League, they won the chip and all that, and he was MVP. At the end of the day, I've been telling y'all this. Mike Brown has to be perfect. He has to be perfect at the podium, and he has to be perfect on the sideline. What he just said, he knows the spotlight is on him. So he's going to try to set.
Real quick, because you just reminded me. He was speaking about patience with Yabusele, and he was speaking about patience learning the system throughout a lot of his press conferences. And you're saying he got to be perfect, and you've been saying that. So do you think, I mean, that's already kind of contradicting what you're saying. You're 10-0. You better start off 10-0. So if they don't start off 10-0 and they keep pushing for patience, and we 5-5, and he's still talking about patience, what are you going to think then?
Listen, you know my motto. I've been telling y'all that. If this season the Knicks are unsuccessful, which is finals, all conference finals in a dogfight, Brown will be fired. I'm sorry. He's gonna have to be perfect. Like I said, up at the podium after every preseason game, I'm pretty sure he wants to do an Allen Iverson. Preseason? We talk about preseason. How much stock can you put into that? Now I get it. Putting a magnifying glass on the young players to see how they play, you know, coming from college or not really getting minutes of playing fast-paced, bigger, better, stronger players and just seeing how they react. But as far as, you know, the 8 to 9 guys that he knows for a fact is going to be representing the Knicks on that floor, to me, that's all that needs to be worried about. I'm not putting no stock into all these soliloquies he keeps saying because it doesn't mean anything. I don't put no stock in the preseason. I will not get hype off of preseason because you know you can not win a game in the preseason. It doesn't count. I just want our guys to be healthy. But I like Kolek, you know, but once again, when you have teams that are attempting to win a championship, I don't see Kolek getting in the game unless it's a 30-25 plus blowout. So at this point, it really doesn't matter how good he played now. It may matter in a sense of his stocks rising up to where if an opportunity presents itself as far as a trade, maybe, you know, he could be in that trade because now, you know, they watch him play good in preseason and maybe a couple games in the regular season. But like I said, Mike Brown is cool. I'm watching him. I'm pretty sure the whole NBA is going to be watching him. The fans like us and the other Knicks fans are going to be watching him. He's going to have to coach a hell of a season. Like I said, Tom Thibodeau set the bar very high. No matter how we feel about Tom Thibodeau, and Fleet always had a great point with that. he done a great job. He created something. He created a culture, and he created a standard. And right now, we have a team that should be uh going to the next level and taking that next step. And with Mike Brown being the coach, you have 2 All-Stars on there. You have a potential Defensive Player of the Year candidate. You have a potential MVP candidate. You have one of the best big men in the league. You have probably the best Swiss Army knife in the league. Now you have a legit bench. I'm sorry, Tom Thibodeau left you a championship contending team. Mike Brown is on the hot seat. And this is why he has to sit at those podiums uh, after a preseason game and talk like it's a regular season game. Sorry, he's up there talking like he just lost a NBA playoff game. So for me, I told y'all he has to be perfect. He's gonna have to coach a perfect season. He doesn't have to start 10-0. But like I told y'all, let us get blown out in the first game against Cleveland at home. Let us in the first 5 games be 2-3. In the first 10 games be 5 or 4-6, even 6-4. There's going to be talks and rumblings. He understands that. So I just think right now, he has to say the right things because, the spotlight is already on him. And I said this about Tim last year. Everybody thought I was crazy. They thought it was impossible because he signed an extension and all this nonsense. I'm telling y'all, if Mike Brown doesn't have a successful season, he may get fired.
He may or he will.
He wants you to stand on some shit. He may or he will.
Man, listen, I told you to tap the true Sammy Davis of them all, Flea.
He may or he will. Which one is it?
What you talking about, man? He may get fired.
Because he feel like he called the tips firing. So he think he could stand on that. Look, he thinks he could stand on I called the tips firing. So now I could double dust with this shit if I want to. Yeah.
Wait, no.
Shit. He is full of shit.
Hold on, and I'm definitely full of shit. Like, let's not get misconstrued. I'm so full of shit. Did I not call the tips firing?
You did, OG. You did. You did.
5 years ago.
So?
5 years ago. 5 years in the making. But it happened. And also,
you're never wrong. And then when it happens, you're 100% right. I didn't say when. I'm just saying potentially he will be fired.
I did say it. Yeah.
Flea, what do you think about the preseason so far? And Mike Brown, the press conferences, I guess he can't be long-winded. It's a preseason game, and then of course with Kolek, doing what he did yesterday, is it impressive? Especially Kolek did not have. We were not impressed after them games in season last year. We were like, nah, he's not ready for the NBA. He ain't ready for the NBA level. But what do you think about his game and what the Knicks have shown so far in the preseason, along with Mike Brown?
I'll say this: we didn't start the 82 game season yet, so jury's still out on the Knicks. But from what I've seen thus far, he's just trying to implement a lot of new stuff. And the talks of not putting in set plays and putting in principles as opposed to plays, right? It's not very concerning because you're a new coach. You walk through the door, you got a new roster. You haven't really coached. How many guys on this roster has he coached before, right? All new relationships. So for me, that this early part of the season is laying down principles, laying down, ideas and thoughts and how he wants to look at approaching the games. And then after that, I would hope that he starts implementing some things that look completely different than the way we looked last season. I think we're going to struggle on defense early on because I don't know if everybody understands where they need to be, what type of defensive team we need to be under Mike Brown. So I think we're going to struggle there. But everybody else, it looks like they're just trying to figure it out. I listened to Brunson a couple of days ago, and, he was just talking about just trying to figure out his spots in the new offense, right? It's not an offense centered around him anymore. It's not an offense centered around how he can be effective in, taking advantage of his matchups and then making plays through there. It's not centered around that anymore. It's a lot of body movement. It's a lot of ball movement. It's a lot of him moving off and finding spots and creases for him to cut and get open for open shots. So It's completely different look this year. So I'm not really concerned yet. I'm just watching, sitting back and watching this thing unfold. I told y'all, my realistic expectations has always been the Knicks may start 5-5. We might roll out after the first quarter of the season 10-10. That's just because I feel like we're bringing in a new coach and everybody got to figure this shit out. Yeah, championship roster for sure. Yes, Tibbs handed you over a roster that's ready-made and ready to take the next step. But a huge change was made, and that's at the top of the heap. The guy that's leading the ship, and that's the head coach. So we got to figure out the best ways for this thing to mesh. And I think, judging anything from the preseason, only thing we need to be judging from the preseason is, are guys trying to figure out ways to play together? Right? Are you seeing frustration? Are you seeing guys not really buying into what Mike Brown is saying? That's what you'll also see in the first 20 games. Like I said, if we want to like make a statement, we got to hit the ground running. And like I see what Slim Slammer just said, 15 to start the season 15-0. That would be, in a perfect world, that to slap the league in the face and say, yo, we here and this is our season. Start the season 10-0, start the season 15-0. For me, though, I don't think that's realistic, only because we bring in a new head coach. And from what I'm seeing from the first couple of preseason games, guys got to figure it out. And it ain't just the bench. If y'all realize, none of our starters played against Washington yesterday. None of our starters played. And even when our starters did play, I'm seeing guys trying to figure it out. Yes, do I see bright spots? We move the ball up and down the court. We're looking up ahead. We're trying to take away dribbles and turn them into passes. I love all of that. That's a totally different look. Getting Mitch to run up and down the floor and look for the basketball for easy lobs and things like that. I like all of that shit. But when we see Cleveland next Tuesday, how do we look defensively? That's my thought. How do we look defensively? Forget about, putting the ball in the basket. We are supremely talented on the offensive end. Are we going to make the sacrifices we need to make on the defensive end to really put a stamp on early on in this season? So, and in terms of Kolek, I just like the fact that Kolek was super aggressive. If he gets an opportunity to play this year, he'll be fine. You won't see the timid guy. You won't see the guy out there looking for shots and trying to figure out where he could play. He put up 13 shots yesterday. He was looking for a shot. I think he had 6 assists, so he's just a natural passer. But he had 20 points. He didn't shoot it well from 3. I think it was 1 for 5 from 3 or something like that. But for the most part, he was super aggressive. He was trying to get downhill, trying to get at the rim, trying to make plays for others. He did get to the paint and spray. He did get to the paint and spray. I'm not remixing shit. He did get to the paint and spray. So he's doing what Mike Brown wants him to do and what he needs to do to be out there. So jury's still out. I'm happy to see what my Knicks is doing so far. Our Knicks, excuse me.
That was a shot. You didn't like it. Spray. Don't say it. That's foul.
Nah. I'm gonna take you to the park. That's the only drill we're gonna do. You're gonna get into the paint and you're gonna kick to the corner. That's what you're gonna do. Pump fake, get to the paint, kick to the corner.
I'm gonna kick your ass. That's what I'm thinking. As you were talking, you reminded me of a couple of things. Kolek, yeah, he had a great game. I just did like the fact that we saw him. It was still better than last year. The shots he was making in the paint, putting his shoulder down for the bigger guys in the paint, actually shooting it over. And these are bigger dudes and 7-footers and all that. Yeah, it was like third stringers, but that's who he's going to be playing this year. The hell we talking about? He better be playing those guys this year. Go get your practice on. Get out there and go play them third stringers. That's your time, buddy. And I'm not saying to trade him. I see a bunch of that stuff going on. That's again another win-win scenario. If we can trade Kolek and Dadier, then yeah, of course you make an upgrade for a win now scenario. But if you get to have the Rudy moment and have the guy off the bench, leave him there. That's cool. That's cool with me. Like y'all said, it's not the season. It doesn't count. He has to prove that in real minutes. But also, Mike Brown, long-winded. He did say, I think the tweet says say championship expectations without saying championship expectations or championship mindset. And I like this little this stuff because it's preseason, but I just don't remember a preseason being this in tune. It's 4 preseason games, 3 preseason games, and everybody's talking about. A lot of people are talking about it. It hasn't been like this since the 90s for me, and it's built up to this moment. So for us to be able to watch from the beginning of the season until wherever this run ends, it'll be lovely if it's a championship. That'll be the best because we were tapped in from the beginning to have these high expectations. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. We're supposed to be tuned in, locked in, critiquing every single second because it's way harder to do that when you stink. We remember the stinky days. Remember Andre Bagnani and them. I'm not listening to all these names. And I still saw, even with that game plan Mike Brown had pushing the ball up court, you do see Brunson. He's almost thinking about, oh shit, got the rebound, push it down court. He turns immediately and pushes it down court, kicking the ball down to the next man at half court if somebody's in front of you, if a defender's in front of you. To have Mitchell Robinson look for that now in preseason, yeah, I got to be the one that is hyped about it because I'm the one who said in May and June is not the time to try out new things. That's not what coaching is. You established that from the beginning. So Mike Brown is showing a little patience also, and he's going to have to if he wants to implement whatever his system is. But I can't wait to see him blow up and start talking crazy because, yeah, this sounds good in preseason. I want to see when you really call somebody out for whatever reason because you're being nice about the starters where they didn't show enough minutes and da-da-da. Like, you know, the Al Roker tone, I ain't with that right now. We need whatever the hell you showed when you were jogging 30 miles an hour, bro. Turn on the Jets. Turn on the fucking Jets. That's what I want to see. So, yeah, it's preseason. I understand ain't much to get hyped about. But for me, there is because we don't have any NBA basketball yet. And Tyler Kolek showed something at least.
Ray, let me ask you a question, bro. And this is for OG too. And you just jogged my memory about that clip, about that viral clip, about that presser and all that, right? You got to turn the Jets on, and he's running it. He's going crazy, right? But here's my thing. You got to do that with a young team, right? You over there with Keegan Murray. You over there with a De'Aaron Fox. You over there with a Sabonis. A lot of talented guys. You over there with a young Sacramento team that ain't never smelled the playoffs. Ain't never smelled any kind of success. So you got to do unorthodox shit to get them going. How do you do that with a veteran locker room? How do you implement and gain the trust of a Brunson, of a Bridges, of a OG, of a Cat, how do you gain the trust of those guys who, quite honestly, been around the league for a while, right? We're talking about guys that have won at some of the highest levels, Brunson, Bridges, Hart, all those guys, right? Cat has been in Western Conference Finals in both conferences, right? So that's my question to y'all. Like, he has to do those things with a young team to motivate them. How does he come over here and motivate us?
Well, the first thing he better do, AllBall, he better go grab a t-shirt.
They scared, but I'm
go grab you a t-shirt, Mike Brown. Tell him.
They scared, but I'm not.
They scared, but I'm not.
AllBall TV.
Sucker.
They scared, but I'm not.
Yeah. You talking about?
Yo,
Hit
Ray,
that
don't call me
QR
no
code.
Yo, Ray, don't call me no sucker, Ray. Don't call me no sucker.
Ain't no sucker-ish going on here, Flea. Let Mike Brown know. Let everybody else know. Get that t-shirt. Ain't no sucker-ish, baby. They scared, but I'm not. QR code. You could take a screenshot, and on your phone, when you take the screenshot, you can actually click the QR code in your phone in your album. This is amazing that we able to do this in 2025, AllBall.
Go get a shirt. You know how bully y'all into getting a shirt. Go get a shirt, man.
Get a shirt, man.
What enthusiasm.
Yes, OG.
You want to say something about that real quick, AllBall?
I mean, just to be honest, great question. I think, Coach Mike Brown was
damn, Fabian.
The coach Mike Brown was in Sacramento. It ain't working over here. The antics and all. I think, for him to gain the respect of a team like this, so man, show your basketball IQ, put us in a position to win, let's play better defense. It just makes sense. But I just think Mike Brown just has to coach. Like I said, show why you were picked to be this coach. Show why you were in the league for this amount of years as a head coach. But all the antics, all of that, it ain't flying with this crew. It definitely ain't gonna fly with this fan base, Flea. We New Yorkers. We see right through that. Get your ass over here and coach. Straight up. Yeah. How I look at it.
Great question, Nostalgic Nick. He comes out to the media and says, Brunson got to be better, man. After the first 10 games, Brunson, I love what Captain is doing, but he got to be better. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's gonna be things that make us uncomfortable. I thought that was great from Nick just now. Big shout out to Nostalgic Nick. Ray, I see you thinking over there. Like, how do we? I'm just talking about certain things that could happen throughout the season. If we don't come out and Brunson is dog shit on defense, but Tibbs is not under lock and key from the Godfather, Mike Brown is coming in here. I can talk how I want to talk. This nigga's not good on defense. How do we feel about that? How is that going to be? You know what I mean? Talk to me.
He has to do it first.
Like,
but that's what I'm saying. The spray it, like you said, spray it. Don't. He got to take his own advice. Touch the paint, bro. If Brunson ain't playing defense the way you like, you got to be able to call him out. Whatever it is, even on offense, if you're not going to be able to play defense like that, we've seen his games. I think he had the most double-digit assists of his career last season. So if you're not going to be able to do these things, I think they would ended up like 9-4, and they could have won 2 more of those games. They were close, but
Ray, cut it out, Ray. You know what I'm asking right now. How are we going to feel about that when Mike Brown comes out and calls out our guy? How you going to feel about that?
We're going to be hyped. I don't know about like. We get into it over criticizing Brunson, and it depends on the moment. But I don't see how there's at any given time a coach calls out a player. I don't know when I'm ever disagreeing with the coach or not liking it. I don't care what sport it is, unless they're just a bum.
Zeke Jackson, OG.
The last coach did.
Oh, say it again.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah.
When was the last time coach did that to the best player on the team, no matter what team it was, whether it was a dog shit team or the best team in the NBA?
Recent memory.
And I'm talking about how you said it, where they blatantly say, hey, so-and-so got to play better.
I would say Chris Finch. Last season, he was talking about how Ant-Man was on defense early on, or it was either early on or in the playoffs, and he came out and said Ant-Man got to be better on the defensive end. He hasn't been good, and I think he kind of answered the bell. That's the only one that jumps out at me though, OG. But other than that, I can't call a star player being called out by his head coach in recent memory. Udoka. I think Udoka kind of called out Tatum, Brown,
anybody
that year when they went to the playoff. I mean, that year when they went to the finals. Maybe that. But
he's a more aggressive version and gets to the point of Mike Brown. Udoka when he's in the press conference. When he's in that mood, he ain't playing any games. He called LeBron a bitch. I think Spoelstra does it with Bam and the rookie kid. So there's some guys that. And then you have the other opposite end with, I understand what you're saying that the era is not like that. Steve Kerr doesn't do it.
Is that what you're getting at? Where it doesn't happen like that?
No. Y'all both making great points. But thing about the coaches that y'all are saying, they the teams that they did this on, they might have been there for a couple years and they had that rapport and that relationship with those players. I think Mike Brown, that would be a dangerous game to play. Like I said, it may sound messed up. But yes, I would like a great coach to hold players accountable. But we have to be careful with Brunson. He saved us $100 million. People was going to continue to just gloss over that. I'm not saying he shouldn't be held accountable, but I don't think Mike Brown has the cachet to come out and go straight up, Brunson, you got to be better on defense. Bro, we know. I don't think he can be better on defense. To be honest with you, it's many players that are terrible on defense. Is he that much worse than a guy like Trae Young on defense? It's plenty of guys that don't play great on defense. So I don't know if Mike Brown has the cachet to do that. I'm just being honest with you, and I
But
don't know if I would love him to
I,
do that.
but I don't
I
think I think
think
there's a way to do it. Like because Brunson not playing defense, you better be turning up on the offense, man. That's what I'm saying. Even when he had his 50-point games, you don't have to score 50. But when you have those all-around offensive games, if you're not doing that, that means you're giving up way too many points on the other end because you're giving up points. So how are you making up for that? So I think there's a way to do it. He can get at him without. I think at what point is it disrespectful? All right, you turn $100 million, but then you ain't supposed to be the coach if you don't know how to do that.
listen, like I think we got to be fair about best player responsibilities. And when I say that, I'm saying this. Any great player that has won a championship, and from what my brothers say, especially the brother in the middle, my OG, he believes Brunson can be the best player on a championship level team.
I agree.
Yes.
If that's what we're saying, and we go back in history and all of the championship level teams, their best player has to take it up another notch and be capable on the defensive end. Find me a team that has a best player that has to be. You cannot be targeted. You cannot be out there being a cone. It's all about effort and just putting it. You're 6 feet, so you're not going to be able to guard 6'5" guys. That's logic. We get it, but the effort has to be there. Don't allow yourself to be screened. Don't allow yourself to be taken down to the post. Be strong. Have the IQ to understand what ball, man, where I'm at, where the rim is at. Like that type of shit, that's easily forgotten when a guy is just putting the ball in the basket. And what I'm saying is for us to maybe to take that next level, he may need to be a little more effective on the defensive end. He don't need to be whoever your best defensive guard is. He don't need to be Gary Payton. He doesn't need to be Marcus Smart. But he also doesn't need to be Trae Young equivalent. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but those are two different. Like I think those are two different things. Like even Cat is gonna have to be called out too because that's
for sure.
Mitchell Robinson's health and Karl Anthony Towns' dumb fouls can stop a championship. So how to play defense? I agree with AllBall. I just don't think he can really. He's not gonna have the mindset for whatever reason. But even with his level of defense or lack of it, bro, we've seen championship level play. Luka Doncic is still, to me, that style of offense. He's top 5 in anybody's book for the most part, and I think he's going to be in the MVP conversation. He don't play defense, but I think you can win a championship with him. So to say that, like that's a separate argument. I think your initial point was how can he get this message across and continue to motivate Jalen Brunson, his best player, and that's what coaches normally do. That's his job to figure that out, how to talk to him through the media in the locker room. You can't be scared about it.
But y'all both made great points. Flea, you're not wrong at all. But I'm kind of let's talk about a guy like Steph Curry. I don't know what else people see, but for me, he's horrendous on defense. I'm sorry. They pick him. We've heard Cleveland Cavalier players say we pick on Steph Curry. We've heard that numerous times, and they went to 6 championships and won 4. So it is possible to have one of your best players at the guard position be bad at defense. To me, what held him down was he had guys have his back. Klay Thompson was a good defender. We know what Draymond Green is as a defender. They had a lot of guys. Bogut is so many guys. I just feel, and I'm not saying that Brunson should just not play defense at all. No, he needs to be held accountable. But we also have to understand, the coach has to understand, Flea, okay, I have a guy that on the defensive end is a big liability. Well, other guys gotta back him up a little bit. Guys like OG Bridges, guys like Mitchell Robinson, guys like Josh Hart, y'all kind of gotta help him out. Whether y'all can do that. The same way Golden State has been hiding Steph Curry for years because he ain't no good defender at all. He's bad too. So I get what you're saying. But I think it's possible for us to win a championship and Brunson not be a good defender. But there's times where we've seen him make the effort. So I just want him to make the effort and not just give up and not play no D at all. But I disagree. I think it's Mike Brown up to him to have that defense high and help Brunson as much as possible. I think if the other guys that we call wing stop, we know what Mitch can do. We need Josh Hart. If we certain guys that have that athleticism, that have that burst, that speed, that length, we need them to hold it down. Just the way Golden State players like Gary Payton and them guys, they hold Steph Curry down when it come on the defensive end. So that's how I look at it from that standpoint.
I think I'll give a little bit of pushback on the Steph Curry thing. I think you're absolutely right. Steph Curry ain't no Gary Payton on the defensive end by no means. But I think just like that moment where people said Steph had bad ankles and was only one season and they kind of overblew it to make it seem like it was multiple seasons. I think the whole thing about Steph not being able to play defense was a moment. I think early on in that 15-16 run where, you know, he was winning MVPs and they were winning early on, you could pick on him. But by the time Kevin Durant came around, and even if you go back and look at the 22 series against Boston, I'm not saying he was no defensive stopper, but all Steph did was get stronger and not allow himself to be pushed around. He's never going to be able to sit in the chair and move laterally and get stops. He's never going to be able to stop 6'5" and better guys. He's never going to be able to commit, you know, quarterback a defense. But the difference between what he was early on and then what he was over the last, you know, several seasons is he just got stronger. So not being allowed to be pushed around. Whatever it is that Brunson needs to be better at, he just needs to be better at. And whatever that is, and we'll be able to figure that out at, you know, with a more defensive-minded guy in Mike Brown, right? He needs to focus on the defensive end this year. I think figuring out offense is going to be fine, but if we can figure out how to be a tight, OG always harkens back to this team, the 2004 Pistons team. And the only thing that I feel like he leaves out is that team held teams to 85 points a fucking game. Nobody was going in against Detroit scoring on them. Yes, they played as a team. I think that's a great comparison. But the big thing about that team was, yo, you niggas are not scoring. Everybody's going to be uncomfortable. That defense was just the defense was just on another level. So we can't mirror them, but I think if we focus on smothering and suffocating niggas on the defensive end, the Knicks would be head and shoulders better than any team.
Well, just real quick before I let Fabian cook. So I think that needs to be a discussion one day. And our platform, we love to discuss things like that. That might be top 5 greatest defenses in NBA history. That Detroit Pistons team, with guys like Wallace, Prince, like they had some dogs on there. So for me, I just feel like the defensive IQs of guys like OG, Mikal Bridges, guys like Mitchell Robinson, guys like Josh Hart, when he puts his mind to it, he can be all over the place. I think those guys need to come up with some type of wall to hide Brunson and hold it down. Like I said, the way Golden State has done for so many years with Steph Curry. Flea, I agree. Until he got.
But what you're saying is right.
Right, and I think that's up to Mike Brown for those guys to have that talk. Like, listen, this is what it got to be. And I think if we get that together, I think it's no stopping us.
Yeah.
I also think with the Pistons defense, it's like, who was their weakest link on the defensive end in that starting 5? Probably Richard Hamilton. So then
he wasn't even a weak link like that. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I mean, I think he ain't guarding up on these dudes, but how much he's going to be better than Steph Curry and Jalen Brunson. And then 10 years later, you got with Steph Curry, he was a liability in that moment, in that decade. But to your point, Flea, in 2022, he did build up during that season when they played Memphis in the play-in, and he just bulked up when Clay got hurt, a bunch of guys got hurt, KD got hurt, everybody was out, and he did bulk up, and that was his best defensive season when he went to the championship, and he played really good defense, actually. But that was 10 years into his career. Does Jalen Brunson need to bulk up? I just think the other side to this, too, is Mike Brown doesn't have to say nothing. Talk is cheap. But we saw last year in game 1, how the way it unraveled, we were up by 14 with 2 minutes to go, whatever it was. and Tibbs puts Brunson back in, we're like, what you doing? We all said at the same time, you don't have to put him back in. Mike Brown can easily do that. I ain't got to say nothing. You can sit your ass on the bench. We got a 14-point lead. We don't need you out there. So even that is communicating with Brunson. We're going to be in the film room. Yo, you see what's going on here? Well, this is a great lineup because X, Y, Z. And if Brunson decides to ask any questions, you speak if you want to, he could just easily tell him in front of everybody. And I don't think anybody has to really vocalize it. We'll all know it. Some things just the elephant in the room. We don't need you to go play defense in that moment because you can sit your ass on the bench, bro. We up 14. We have a good lead and we're getting stops. We can't have you and Cat out there at the same time because it's not just Brunson either. You have 2 holes on the defensive end with them guys. That's 40% of your defense. That's tough, Lee.
Let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all think Jay Wright challenged Jalen Brunson to be great on the defensive end? Do y'all think Jason Kidd challenged him to be great on the do y'all think Rick Carlisle? So I'm just thinking about prior to coming to New York, before he exploded into this offensive juggernaut that he is today, right? Like, did those guys challenge him to be great? Because at some point, like, you got to be halfway decent on that end, especially at that size, if you're not like some athletic freak, right? So I'm just saying we need your scoring. Absolutely. We need you to put the ball in the basket. But if you command attention on the defensive end, like, damn, I really don't want Brunson on me because he is going to make it uncomfortable. He is no longer a liability. Just don't be a liability. That's all I'm saying. You said something about Trae Young. People see Trae Young in front of them, they start licking their chops. It's like, yo, give me the mouse in the house. Send the rock this way, right? I don't want that for Brunson. And we saw that on a few occasions during the playoffs. So that's all. It's not nothing that can't be fixed, and we don't have to, like, stay on this. I'm just saying.
No,
what are ways that we can be better than we were last year?
But I like what you're saying because to me, as you say that, like you said, Carlisle, Kidd, Jay Wright, okay, 2 or 3 of those are already going to be known as more legendary than Mike Brown, and none of them got Jalen Brunson to play defense. So that doesn't matter to me. He's still been in 2 two conference finals and should have been 3. That adheres more to what me and AllBall are saying. Yo, we can win a chip with this dude with all his flaws. And same thing for Karl Anthony Towns. I'm gonna keep stressing that. It doesn't matter to me who can get him to play defense. Yo, play your best game possible because we know all your flaws already, AllBall.
Yeah, I mean, just my last point. Like I said, y'all both made great points. Excuse me. I just feel that there's so many guards in the league that are food on the defensive end. Guys like John Moran ain't great defenders. Like a lot of these guys, you have. What's my guy? I hope he get better. He hurt in Van Vliet. Like there's a lot of little guards that on the defensive end is barbecue chicken, like Shaq would say. But that coaching staff and that coach has the right players on the floor with those guys to where it doesn't hurt them as much. What makes it bad for us is, okay, you have Brunson that at times is a big liability on the defensive end, but then you got Cat at the same time on the court together who can also be a liability on the defensive end. So it's just bad when you have 2, sometimes 3, because Josh could be all over the place. We watch OG get cooked. So, it's very difficult when you have 2, 3 guys on the floor at the same time getting cooked. So I just think that's what makes the situation with Brunson even worse. But if it's just only him, and like I said, I'm going to just keep going back to the Golden State days when Curry wasn't as good as a defender or just better than what he is now, those guys made up for that. So
you had all NBA defenders around him. You had Klay Thompson,
NBA
defender.
Draymond
Green, a defensive player of the year.
Keep going. Who else they had?
No. I mean,
who was the other all defensive guy?
Bogut was a rim protector.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying Bogut was a rim protector. Andre Iguodala.
Andrew Bogut, that guy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm just making sure I heard.
Yo, you think you a dirty ass nigga, yo.
Hold on, but
you was a dirty ass nigga, Ray.
I've never been called that in my life.
Yo, You gotta go back to these days. You gotta go back to these days to understand why he running with that Andrew Bogus shit, man.
Sucker.
Sucker.
No, but and then they picked up Wiggins and now Gary Payton. So,
Right.
but Flea, you know,
And
all
Kevin
those
Durant was good on defense. I saw somebody in the comments try to
He
say
played his best
Kevin Durant
defense
didn't
over
play
there.
defense. Are we shitting me?
That
He
Kevin
played his
Durant was
best defense
amazing
in
on the
Golden
defensive
State.
end in Golden
those were
State.
his best defensive years, along with the last.
Hell yeah.
Right. So
Hell yeah.
just my last point. All those great defenders, like you said, Flea, that's world, defenders. Some of our guys, we feel like that. We feel like OG can be like that. We think Bridges is a great defender. We know what Mitchell Robinson is. We think Josh Hart can be a solid defender. So we should have 3 to 4 guys that if they're on the floor at the same time with Brunson, it shouldn't be a big problem. I'm going to tell you the problem is when it's him and Cat on the floor together and they both doing dumb shit. To me, that's what makes the situation worse than what it is. When Cat can't stay on the floor, he committing dumb fouls, and then Brunson might be getting cooked. Or remember, Brunson commits dumb fouls as well, and that's a lack of being able to play defense or fatigue. So I think more so the problem is we have 2 guys, which is our best players. And remember, Kendrick Perkins broke it down last season. Last season, Brunson and Cat were the worst defenders at their position.
Yes.
And both of them is on our team. So I think that's more so the problem than anything, Flea.
That's why you trade Cat for Giannis, right? That's why, right? That's why you do that. I hate that smile. When he do that fucking smile, when he don't show no teeth, it just smile. Yo.
Listen, man, as we continue on. Huh?
Oh, man.
Let's get to these comments real quick before we get to
the
next one. It's a good one. Speaking of, season coming up. It's a big season for somebody, but we got to apply.
Darlene is here. Darlene's here too.
Oh.
Well, no. Hold your horses. No. This guy, no.
The beautiful, the lovely, the extravagant, the super sexy. Darlene Bryan is in the building, y'all. Darlene B. Never wait for nobody when they tell me you in the building. You and Tori B. Never. They didn't highlight your you in the building. Big shout out Darlene Bryan in the building. What up, baby?
Darlene B. What up, baby? You know we love you, girl.
Swag over here. You out your mind.
Fabian's trying to bully you, bro.
No, y'all over here. No, he's trying to bully me.
Yeah, he did.
What they call that? Simping? That's what they call it. The new kids call it. No.
All time high. Yeah.
All time high.
Won't simp for none of you niggas. You let a ladies over here, man.
Fabian been on bullshit tonight.
First of all, he mentioned Josh Hart 3 times. 3 times, and you ain't say nothing. Apply pressure. Thank you very much.
He called Josh Hart the best Swiss Army knife in the league after 2 weeks ago saying, what the fuck is Josh Hart, a Swiss Army? Go into the comments. I'm being cool with OG tonight. Go to the comments. I've been cool with this nigga tonight. I've been listening. You see how he's scratching it? I've been listening to this nigga. Don't think I ain't heard it.
I noticed. Apply pressure. Appreciate you. Chill in this corner box and put me on to y'all. Love y'all content. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate everybody that always shows love. Isaiah Jackson.
Zeke Jackson, what up?
You and the wife, you always tuned in, man. Appreciate you.
Money.
We beat last year's champs, the Celtics. We beat a championship team. That's the proof. They were the favorite to win it all. That means something. Mike Brown.
Great point. Hold on, I'm saying, hold on, Fabian. Just one day, I would love for us to expound on that. That's a great point that nobody, expand or expound. Either one. Who gives public school, y'all?
You got it.
I noticed all of these platforms, nobody ever brings that up. And that was a great point that, Boston was former champions. That season coming up, everybody thought they was going to repeat. And we actually beat champions. So I love that. That's a great point.
Right. And we were smacking them before Tatum went down. So
exactly.
I don't hear that shit.
We was beating the shit out there.
Yeah,
we
get out of
here.
here.
2 games with Tatum on the floor at their crib.
Jaylen Brown, chump. Chump juice. Mike Brown does not seem impressed with Pacome. He gone. Are you impressed, Isaiah?
He don't like yo. If it's one player that he rips to shreds in these presses, Fabian, it's Pacome Dadier, bro. I mean, he talks about how bad he is on defense, although that's expected because he's a young player. He tries to add that at the end, but he's bad on defense. He needs to be better on defense. And, you know, in spots, he's okay on the offensive end, right? But I don't know if that's tough love or that's I have no use for this kid. I don't know.
So
I think you're taking up a roster.
You need young.
So 2 seconds. You just talked about
niggas say he's the new Frank Nicotine. Y'all remember Nilakina? Frankie Nicotine?
I think it was a lottery pick, man. What he's number 8 and 9 or some shit?
8th. We wasted the 8th pick on that nigga.
That's not the SGA draft. Or
for sure.
Oh my god.
For sure. Go back and look who we drafted, how we drafted him over who was left.
Was Bam and Donovan Mitchell in that draft?
Is that the 18 draft? What draft is that?
One of those was in that draft that we could have got.
Yeah. So in the comments, people in the comments going to remind us. But yeah, we picked Frankie Nicotine over some guys.
Jackson picked him.
It was either Frankie Nicotine or Kevin Knox. It was one of them because we wasted the 8th pick on Kevin Knox too.
After Frank, it was Dennis Smith, Zach Collins, Malik Monk, Donovan Mitchell, Bam Adebayo.
Man, there you go. There you go.
Jared Allen, OG.
Yeah. OG Anunoby. Yeah.
Jackson's cold-blooded, bro.
Josh Hart.
Okay. The Young said Frank was before Knox. Yeah. Okay.
So hold on. So that wasn't SGA draft.
I think the Knox draft was the SGA draft.
Okay. And Roy Marketing went right before Frank Ntilikina. Isaiah Jackson said, "Hell no, I ain't impressed." Neither are we, brother. Neither are we. But speaking of impressed, ladies and gentlemen, Bullets Olivia Chamberlain. Apparently, so will Cooper Flag. Big Perk in the building. He says, "Yo, he is the white person."
This is why people just jump out and hate players. It don't even be the player. It be the niggas critiquing and talking. OG probably wants to love Cooper Flag, but he hates him now because Perkins done said he's the white LeBron James. This is the nut shit.
Yo, he shouldn't even be able to say that on national TV, bro.
Bro,
like the producer's supposed to be like, "Yo, bro, you can't even say that." The white LeBron James, what does that mean?
Yo, and you sent it. I saw it, but I never read that part.
He said, "What does that mean?" What does that mean? For real.
Guard for this team here, Perk?
You're damn right. I said it on draft night. He is the white version of LeBron James. When you talk about his IQ for the game, he has that. When you talk about his ability to be able to create, defend, do all those things, Cooper Flag has that package.
Yeah.
Just minus a little bit of athleticism less than LeBron. But when it comes down to him and AD this preseason, I love the two-man game, the action that I've been seeing out of both of those guys. And I wouldn't be surprised come opening night that the ball is going to be in his hands. He's going to be running that point forward position.
You know, should he be running point guard for this?
Oh, God. Should he be running point guard?
He looked good last night at point guard.
At the point you liked him, I didn't get to watch. I just saw they announced he's going to run a point guard. AllBall. Go ahead, please.
No, I just want to ask OG, but fuck what Perkins says. Let's talk about Cooper Flag, because that's what happens, OG. What I said at the beginning, exactly what happens.
It's
the niggas that talk.
We can get to what we think of Cooper Flag after we react to that bum ass commentary. What the hell are we talking about right now?
I just wanted to hear some real shit from OG real quick. I'm sorry. Go ahead, baby. My bad.
There's nothing realer than the next LeBron, the white LeBron James on his first preseason game at point guard.
Perkins lost his fucking mind. Let's start there first. As much as I don't like LeBron James, he ain't nothing nowhere near like LeBron James. Not one bit. I hate when these guys, it's a difference between being able to bring the ball up and play the fucking point guard position. He ain't gonna play no point. Stop. Stop. Kendrick Perkins played in the league, bro. I keep telling y'all. I get it if we do clickbait. But you niggas that play the game and know the game and don't need no more celebrity, what the fuck are you clickbaiting for? What? Tell me how much more swag or how much more limelight ESPN needs. How much more? That's the dumbest shit I ever heard. He's the white LeBron James. Jason Kidd's not letting him play point guard. Now, can he bring the ball up sometimes? Can he sometimes initiate the offense? Okay, yes. But do we not forget they got fucking Kyrie Irving over there? Do we not forget they got D'Angelo Russell over there? Is Superfly going to bring the ball up sometimes? Yes. But he ain't playing the point guard. Kendrick Perkins done lost his fucking mind. The NBA season about to start. These niggas are trying to keep their job. They need these numbers to go up. So they just going to be saying all type of nut shit. I'm disappointed in Kendrick Perkins because we adopted him as a Knicks guy. And remember, we were loving for him because he keep it real. And it's like, yo, bro, you ain't got to do this. Don't go down that road. He was 100% wrong. Cooper Flag is cool. Like I said, I'm not going to go there because Flag ain't win a national championship in college. So now you're going to tell me you're going to dominate the NBA? See, this is the part that I don't understand. This is the part. I get it with the Carmelo Anthony thing. We see what he did at Syracuse. But when the hype was there, you had to respect it. Cooper Flag ain't win a national championship. I don't think he got to the Elite Eight, if I'm not mistaken. So for me, I agree. Sometimes, we as basketball fanatics, we definitely put it on the players. But like I said, I've been saying this, the Cooper Flag hype train is out of control. The Great White Hype, they are putting everything behind this kid. I'm sorry, they are. And like I told y'all, he wasn't the best player in the draft. To me, the best player in the draft was Harper. And I'm watching him and Wemby start to get that chemistry together, and we will see that. But for me, like I said, I think the young man is solid. I have no problem with Cooper Flag, but y'all not gonna have me gas it up. No, 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 no. Not with guys that he gonna have to be going against in the league with the Cunninghams and the big Carrolls, and you still got Ant-Man. You got nah, we not doing that. I need to see him play against, guys of his stature. We know what the preseason is. So I'm not going with, we watched Lonzo Ball kill in the preseason. The floor is yours.
Lee, would you like to expound?
Oh, this NBA season gonna be out of control. They're gonna kick me off this thing.
It's gonna be out of control, man.
We back, nigga.
Want to expound?
I think
think about Cooper Flag.
The nigga said Fish says a lot of funny shit throughout the night, right? But he always says one thing that's just like insanely funny. Nigga called Perk the Black Stephen A. Smith. That's great comedy right there. That's great. The Black Stephen. That's funny. I don't care. Fuck that, baby. That is funny, man. Give that up. Fish, you got that one, Fish.
That's some shit.
That's good.
Yeah. It's a gut punch.
What'd you say?
Fish, what up, baby?
It's a gut punch.
Yo, Fish said Kendrick Perkins is the Black Stephen A. Smith.
Funny. I like that.
Great. That's great. That's fucking great. Like, nah, man. I would say this from a basketball perspective. I love that kid. I love everything I've been seeing from that kid. He got everything from a rookie, right? Just coming in, first year player, number one overall pick. I think he's going to have a huge impact on that Dallas team. Huge impact. He got everything, right? Jury's still out because you got to go through an 82-game season. You got to play against the best of the best. So we can't jump the gun. But everything that I've seen thus far, right? He could do everything. And I don't see too many weaknesses in his game. And then we was talking about it with the Knicks with defense. The kid is out there actually playing defense. And it don't look like you got to ask him to do it neither. So I want to see how he elevates the Mavericks. He's super aggressive. Can he play some spot minutes at the point guard for sure? Because he can handle it at a nice level for his size. He passes well. He's got an NBA body. He's not going to get pushed around too much. Obviously, he got to get stronger, but don't look like he's going to get pushed around. I like the kid, and then all the intangibles too. If he keeps it like this, that's a good start for Dallas. He don't look like he's doing too much chirping, right? He don't look like he's doing too much, yapping. He just look like he just out there hooping, and he ain't white LeBron James. He ain't that. All that, just a little bit of the athleticism. LeBron was on another level, right? From an athletic standpoint. Forget his game. From an athletic standpoint, Cooper ain't never gonna be what LeBron was at his peak. But just in terms of the basketball and what I see, like how he looks comfortable, he don't look like deer in the headlights. I think they got something over there.
Just real quick, I mean, LeBron James came into the league and clear cut was the best player on his team and was one of the best players in the NBA. Cooper Flag is the third best player on his team behind AD and Kyrie Irving. So let's factor that in.
You might think different after this year. You might think different after this year. You got to start throwing the glasses like the Jordan nigga. You know the nigga.
I can't afford to. These only ones I can't afford to. Listen,
I'm gonna send you some shit so you can just throw this shit. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
We on a budget on AllBall TV. Listen, man, we need y'all to fund this thing so we can throw glasses and break and
so
get new
throw
ones.
Glasses and break shit up.
Yeah, but just Fabian, real quick. People are going to ignore that part. You can't be the white LeBron James. You're not the best player on your team. He has no pressure. Sorry.
If LeBron was drafted today, #1 pick, and he had Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving and all those players on his team, we would be talking about a championship. They're not talking about the Dallas Mavericks being a championship contender. LeBron James is insane. He's in talks of being the GOAT. The GOAT. There's it's just different. Kendrick Perkins is clearly, he went to the Stephen A. Smith school. He's trying to sell some advertising. We get it. I respect it. But it's just, and it's funny. At least I laughed. I got to laugh at it. Like some people just say shit. Hey, Ben Simmons, it's okay. We got it from here. Colin, these guys just sell advertising.
Do that again. You didn't do that right. That would be the worst take in sports history.
Ever.
LeBron James. Ever. We got Ben Simmons.
We're all right.
We're okay.
So
that's comedy. Fuck the take. That's comedy at this point.
Yeah.
That may go down in history. Like 50 years from now, you can show your grandkids that, like, yo, look at this take right here, bro. Sorry, Fabian.
Nah, he just went super and the kid is good. He looked NBA ready. He had an NBA body from college. Like, you could tell he's all right. He could play in the pros. There's no doubt about it. But if LeBron played in college,
by the way, OG.
I went to the Final Four. I was 100% wrong. I was 100% correct though too. At the same time, he ain't win that bitch.
He ain't win a national championship. He ain't win a daddy.
They got the ACC championship too. ACC Player of the Year.
He's what?
The ACC championship, sir.
Conference championship. Conference Player of the Year.
He got something, and I'm not saying LeBron would have won any of those things in college, but he would have looked like whatever Zion was. LeBron would have been crazier in college. He's a different level of athlete. That's all time. Cooper Flag is a really great athlete. Don't get me wrong.
Did Mike win ACC Player of the Year when he was at UNC?
He won the one that mattered.
The game winner.
So is that like?
I'm talking shit. I'm talking shit right now. Mike probably did. He probably won ACC Player of the Year at some point before he got up out of there.
He won the national championship.
That is not the play.
He won a natty.
That's not your fleet. He said is that a play-in?
Niggas winning the play-ins in college. I don't want to hear that shit, man. We want the big dog. What I say last time? We want real nigga basketball. We want the real nigga trophies, man.
Basketball.
Fuck out of here. He won the ACC championship. Did he win the big dog? The shit we watched on Channel 4. Yeah, he ain't win the big dog. Get out of here, man. I don't want to hear that shit. And now he the next LeBron James in the NBA. He ain't win the big dog. Get the fuck out of here, man.
1983-84 ACC Player of the Year, Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan. There you go.
What kind of basketball did Michael Jordan play? AllBall.
Some real nigga basketball. Yeah. Hey, please. He won the big dog. Listen, man. Don't tell me nigga gonna be the next Jordan. Nigga ain't in the dance. Like,
that's what we was talking about. We was talking about Church Ray. That got to be one too. Real nigga basketball. That has to be one too.
Yeah, this shit.
That's got to be one too, right?
Niggas is all NBA fourth team and all that. We don't want to hear that shit.
What the fuck is all NBA fourth team?
Yeah.
What the fuck
out here? These bum ass niggas, man. Real nigga shit over here, man. Come on, man.
All NBA fourth team is mad funny, yo. What the fuck is that?
Yo, Isaiah Jackson, appreciate you becoming resubscribing to your membership.
Man, Zeke Jack, appreciate you, bro.
I've seen it now on YouTube. When you go to our channel, you can join, become a member. We see 12 of y'all there. We will be giving out some things this season. See, because some of y'all been subscribing for more than a month. I've been part of the membership for more than a year, excuse me. So we gotta throw something in there in the mix for you guys. Appreciate it. Tory B coming soon. It's getting cold outside, like you said. We gotta take care of you for Thanksgiving and some people out there. Fellas, Thursday, 8 p.m. we're back.
I think we said Thursday. We agree on. Guess that maybe we do a what you were saying, Flea, like maybe we try to get Dom up here, but if not, we try to remember the season starts Tuesday. Maybe what you said, Flea, what we should do again?
Start breaking down these conferences. We get to people every year a full breakdown of where we got everybody standing, right? That we able to go back and look at how embarrassing we were in terms of where we put teams, So we do that every year. So I think we should do that again.
I can't even ask the question.
Yeah.
Nah, I can't ask the question. I was gonna ask you, can Dom break down that kind of basketball that you're referencing?
Yeah, real nigga basketball. He can break it down.
Can Dom break down R&B, the real R&B,
real nigga basketball. I love that.
AllBall suckers. Why somebody steal my shit? You be stealing my shit, man. Oh man.
We live.
Big Flea. The biggest, y'all. Niggas already put that in a little acronym. They took this shit already,
Niggas in here taking preseason serious, all this sucker shit. Y'all niggas get out of here, man.
We have a show to do. Yo, don't call me a sucker again.
Yo. I got up. That nigga got up. He said, "What you getting up for?"
What you getting up for?
I said, "Oh shit." He said, "What you getting up for?"
The funniest shit would have been like, "Yo, I'm just fucking with you, fellas." Thursday, 8 p.m.
It's just basketball. I love y'all.
Have a blessed one. AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.